In an ideal world, everyone would be born into a loving home, raised with all of their needs met, and never encounter problems with disabilities or finances. They would have no problem accessing education, finding gainful employment, and staying on top of bills, relationships, and mental and physical health. But we live in this world, a messy world where things are real and life can be hard, but we do not have to go it alone. There are people trained to step in when life gets chaotic and be the calm in the eye of the storm. Social workers. Social work focuses on helping others function as best they can in their environment, and social workers have done rigorous training in order to put their strong desire to help people and communities into action. Not only are social workers the largest group of mental health service providers in the United States, but demand for competent individuals in this field is also expected to grow faster than in most other fields. Hi, I'm Hank Green, and welcome to Fast Guides, a study hall series presented in partnership with Arizona State University and Crash Course. In this episode, we will be talking about what a degree in social work can look like. Social workers are vital to the well-being of individuals and society. They seek to understand and improve the lives of your neighbors, friends, and community members every day. They listen to needs, help people cope, and generally try to make the world a better place. Basically, the field of social work exists to help people who face challenges in their everyday lives. Those challenges require knowledge, resources, and a helpful guiding hand to get through. It's a big job, and in the US alone, as of early 2022, there are over 700,000 social worker jobs, and that number is expected to rise by 12% by 2030. So while many different people become social workers, if you want to become a social worker as soon as you have graduated from college, you want to look for schools that offer a bachelor's in social work program. Typically in these programs, everyone starts at square one with a course like Introduction to Social Work, and you can expect to take courses in a range of other fields like psychology, sociology, biological science, statistics, and policy. Social work touches on lots of different areas, so it's as important to understand society as it is to understand human health. Statistics is vital so that social workers can correctly understand the efficacy of their work, and policy is important because social workers often interface with government programs. Social work is a very practical and applied field, but you will still need to understand research methodology, statistics, and scientific principles, as well as economics and politics, because new studies and policies can affect how social workers do their work. And then, at some point in your degree, you will also likely start engaging in real-life experience in the field with an internship or practicum, which is just any part of formal education where you are actually doing the job a little bit while being supervised. Usually, your school will help you find an appropriate opportunity that aligns with your interests, and this fieldwork often counts for school credits. It's supervised and may require documentation, journaling, and includes evaluations of your performance. Depending on where you're placed, this often requires a background check and fingerprinting before you start, because you'll be working with children or other vulnerable populations. There may also be a certain number of hours of this work you must complete to graduate. The second half of your studies is also when you will start narrowing your focus to a specific area of interest, like working with people experiencing addiction or domestic violence, child welfare, LGBTQ issues, or people who are immigrants and refugees. And throughout your degree, you will be trained to navigate difficult situations and get people the help and support they need. No matter your background, anyone can become a social work major, but the people most interested in social work often have a strong desire to help others. And that can take a variety of forms, like working in underserved communities, helping people through mental health struggles and addiction, improving patient care, or community organizing and fundraising. Basically, if you see people facing hardships and have a burning desire to do something about it, this might be the major for you. Another way to tell if social work is the major for you is if you are interested in issues of social justice and equality, enjoy volunteering and advocacy work, and are a highly empathetic person. But you can also be a social work major who focuses more on research and big picture issues and tries to change and reform systems at a more zoomed out level. There's a broad spectrum of opportunities. At its core, social work focuses on both people and their environment. Social workers assess a person's situation holistically and work with their clients on identifying a solution. And it's usually a blend of helping people, advocating for social justice concerns, and working to improve community humanities as a whole. Now, if social work feels like it's in the right neighborhood of your interests, but not exactly what you were looking for, you might consider some closely related majors. Like if you're particularly interested in working with kids and teaching, you might major in education, or if you want to focus solely on community-based work, you might consider community advocacy. Or if social issues are your thing, you might major in sociology or programs focused on social justice. And if you're looking for a broader program that will let you work with people in a larger range of settings, psychology might be right for you. Ultimately, it's important to think carefully about your interests before diving into any major, but social work is especially challenging both emotionally and intellectually. Many people in social work pursue it more as a calling than a job, and that can be really rewarding, but it can also cause you to burn out quickly. Social workers often deal with harsh realities, human struggles, pain, and suffering on a day-to-day basis, and they may find themselves trying to handle highly emotional situations or crises for which there are no realistic solutions, and that can make us feel helpless at times. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't major in social work. Lots of people do. On Study Hall, we just want you to know what you're getting into. To overcome these challenges, make sure you have a support network and that you can prioritize your own mental health and well-being. Practice self-care, like mindfulness or meditation. And this is especially important as you begin your practicum hours, when you will get firsthand experience of what it is like being a social worker. This is an opportunity to test the waters and see if it's right for you or whether it's more taxing than you want to take on. It's also a good time to work on your time management skills, as those are really important to success in this major, particularly when you are balancing practicum hours with coursework and projects. But if you do find social work isn't for you, many of the course requirements for social work degrees overlap with the requirements for other degrees like sociology, human and child development majors, or public policy, among others. Ultimately, if you do graduate with a bachelor's in social work, you'll be prepared for non-clinical positions, which are jobs that don't work directly with clients, like as a community organizer or policy analyst. Or you can work towards becoming a licensed clinical social worker and be qualified for clinical jobs that do work directly with clients. But if you don't choose to enter the workforce, many social work graduates go on to earn master's or doctoral degrees. And getting master's in social work is also a way to become a social worker if you majored in something else during undergrad, or to work towards becoming a licensed clinical social worker, though it is not the only path. Masters of social work programs are typically 2 years long and require several hundred hours of field work in addition to coursework, though the exact procedure and exams required for licensure vary by state. And PhD and Doctor of Social Work degree options also exist, though they are less common. So let's talk money. Across most job opportunities in the field, social workers earn a median salary of around $52,000 per year as of 2020, but there are a lot of different jobs that get lumped into that calculation. Like, you can find employment as a caseworker, helping government agencies and nonprofits provide help to people in need, or you can become a family service worker, specializing in helping families through difficult times. As a habilitation specialist, you could work in a mental or physical healthcare setting to provide assistance to individuals who need to learn social skills or how to live independently. And if you want to work alongside medical staff, you might enjoy a career as a mental health assistant, working with mentally or emotionally disabled people. There are also residential case managers who oversee residential shelters or group homes, encouraging residents to balance their time and activities as they work toward building a better life for themselves. And there are so many other jobs out there that you can look into, like adoption specialist, crisis therapist, substance abuse program worker, and more. But no matter what you choose to do, in most cases, there is no such thing as a typical day for a social worker. Some positions or days may require a lot of time in an office in front of a computer or filling out paperwork, while other social work professionals find themselves out in the community with varied interactions and problems to solve. Ultimately, by studying social work, you will gain valuable skills that you can use to help people, which also apply to just about every aspect of surviving and thriving in the modern world. Things like active listening, critical thinking, social perceptiveness, judgment and decision-making, complex problem-solving, negotiation, written and oral communication, time management, the list goes on and on. Sometimes the problems of our world can seem totally unmanageable, but people who choose to go into social work don't see it that way. They see individual people with individual problems that are solvable. Social work is some of the most valuable, impactful work done in our society. Thanks for watching, and whether or not social work piques your interest, check out some of our other videos to look into more majors to find the one that is right for you. This series is part of the Study Hall program, a partnership between Arizona State University and Crash Course. If you liked this video or you found it helpful, you can give us a like, that would be lovely. And also, if you could comment to let us know how you chose your degree or how you are choosing yours right now, or or what you wish you had known before you started your degree, that would be amazing. It'll help us know what the world is experiencing right now, and I bet it will probably be interesting to other people reading those comments.